Hello, my name is Claudine James, and today I want to talk to you about an issue that faces many middle schools all over the world. In fact, it is so much of an issue that it actually happened to me. And the issue is bullying. This young girl in the picture in the sixth grade was bullied. Here's how the story goes. One day I boarded the bus to go home. My bus stop was the very first bus stop on the route home. And normally, everyone would just stay on the bus after the 6 or 7 people that were at my bus stop got off. That particular day, everyone got off the bus. And I was like, why is everyone leaving? I had no idea why everyone was getting off the bus. Until once I stepped off the bus, a young lady approached me and she started taunting me, teasing me, pulling my hair, calling me names. And all the way home, she did this. All the way home, everyone that had gotten off the bus followed and did nothing or said nothing. When I got home, I ran inside and I ran to the bathroom and I shut the door and I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, why did this happen to me? What did I do? What did I say? And when I looked at the image in the mirror, I thought I did nothing. I was me. I was who I'm supposed to be. I did nothing or said nothing. And years later, almost to be exact, 20 years later, this young lady showed up at my doorstep. 20 years later, she showed up at my doorstep. Between the time the incident had happened and the time we graduated from high school, I had very little occurrences with her. I mean, I would probably see her at school, see her in high school and about, but we never spoke. We never had any interaction until she showed up at my doorstep. She asked me, could she come in? And I, of course, did not invite her in my home. I stood outside on the porch and we talked. And she told me that for 20 years, what she had done to me had bothered her. And she wanted to make amends for what she did. I guess you could say she had learned when you know better, you do better. How did she do better? She apologized. And she asked me would I accept her apology. And she said, I understand that you may not accept it, but I did. And I needed that. I needed to put that chapter of my life, even though it was 20 years later, behind me. She apologized and I forgave her. And then I began teaching middle school. And all of a sudden, I saw the same thing that happened to me happen over and over again to my students. And so that is my platform as an educator, is to empower my students and to empower them with the knowledge that there are two choices they can make. They can be an upstander or a bystander. An upstander is someone who stands up for someone that's bullied. A bystander is someone who sits by and lets those actions occur. All of those students who followed me home and who did nothing or said nothing, they were bystanders. They stood by and did nothing. But I do not choose to be a bystander anymore in my life. I choose to be an upstander. So when I see bullying occurring, I try whatever I can to make it be an issue that is highlighted so that it won't occur again. I once spoke to a counselor and I asked her, why do kids bully other kids? You know what I realized? Bullying doesn't stop because you leave middle school. I have personally been bullied as an adult. But what things that you must know about a bully is a bully only feels powerful when they are making you feel less than human. That is dehumanizing. And what you have to realize, and the same thing I realize, is no matter what an individual says to you, you are powerful in yourself. And when you let the bully make you feel bad, then you give that bully power. Is it easy? No. Is it hard to do? It's very hard to do. In fact, recently I called the person who bullied me 15 years after the 20 years that she showed up at my doorstep. So you're talking about 35 years later. And I asked her, what made you come to my house? What made you come 20 years later and apologize? And she said, because I didn't feel good about what I had done to you. You did nothing to me and I felt bad. So now she says that bullying is my pet peeve. My own grandkids, I will not sit by and let them bully anyone. My children, I told them about bullying. She says anytime I see that now, I try to make it to be where the issue is highlighted and the person feels bad about doing that. My objective in this message is not to make anyone feel less than what they are, but my objective is to do two things: remind you that bullying doesn't help solve problems, and to remind people that you have one or two choices. You can be an upstander or a bystander. And most importantly, realize that how you treat people, that's your legacy. And what is a legacy? A legacy is how you will be remembered. Recently, I was researching a very famous athlete, and I saw this athlete had all types of accolades, had done this and had done that, all types of awards, even humanitarian awards. But that athlete still had on his record bullying. Couldn't be washed away. That was part of his legacy. So I ask you, if you're bullying someone, is that the legacy that you want the world to remember you? Is that how you want to be remembered? Is that how you want your grandkids and your kids to see you? As somebody who, for whatever reason, tried to make someone else feel less than human? I'm sure the answer is no. And I'll leave you with this lasting message. Do not let the opportunity go by to make someone else feel more powerful than you. That's really the opposite of bullying.